some light rain and snow showers out there right now. Obviously, if there's a little bit of snow, it's not going to amount to anything here the next hour or two with temperatures well above the freezing mark. But temperatures do plummet tonight, and then tomorrow another windy, cold day with highs only in the low 40s. Real feels no better than the low 30s. Clipper system moves across later tomorrow night and Sunday to produce a couple of snow showers, but again, shouldn't be too many roadway issues. Definitely stay tuned, though, for further updates on that. And it's going to be a cold Sunday with highs only topping out right around 40. Larry?
The United States is banning travel for non-U.S. citizens coming here from South Africa and 7 other African countries. Canada is doing the same. The European Union and Britain are suspending flights from southern Africa, along with Israel and Japan. The reason is a new COVID variant that's cropped up there.
The WHO has named the variant Omicron, using the Greek letter. The classification as a highly transmissible virus of concern is the first use of that designation in months. That's the same category used when the Delta variant emerged. It went on to become the world's most prevalent. Omicron was first detected in South Africa, and the panel says early evidence suggests an increased risk of reinfection. I'm Ben Thomas.
The variant contains several mutations. Dr. Anthony Fauci says U.S. experts have been talking with those in South Africa to understand the molecular makeup of Omicron so they can test for it. President Biden says this new variant should make it clearer than ever why the pandemic will not end until we have global vaccination. If everyone were vaccinated, the virus couldn't have mutated. It's unclear if the current vaccines will be protective against this new variant. Today's news shook up Wall Street. Stocks suffered their worst losses of the year. The Dow fell 905 points. NASDAQ dropped 353. AP business correspondent Ken Sweet was asked about the outlook for the markets.
I don't think anyone on Wall Street at the moment is talking about this returning to a March 2020 lockdown. The vaccine makers have said that they can put out a variation of their vaccine within weeks. And we now have this new Merck drug that appears to be effective for treating the coronavirus.
But that Merck COVID pill apparently isn't as good as first thought. More trial data has come in, and the company says the pill accounts for a 30% reduction in hospitalizations and deaths. Last month, the data from about half as many patients, it looked then like its efficacy was 50%. Both Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson are testing to see how effective their vaccines are against the new variant. Pfizer says it expects more data from lab tests in 2 weeks at the latest. It's unclear if the new strain of COVID virus could be what they call an escape variant, which would mean that the current vaccines would need to be adjusted to be effective against it. Pfizer says they could adapt their mRNA vaccine within 6 weeks and start shipping batches within 100 days if needed. Despite COVID concerns, supply chain issues, and inflation woes, experts believe Black Friday sales are going to be strong. The National Retail Federation estimates 158 million people will shop this weekend. That's 2 million more than last year, but still not back up to pre-pandemic levels. Holly Hare is with shoppers on Long Island, where the turnout today was, well, not great.
For some people, like Jackie from Franklin Square, Black Friday shopping is a tradition.
Me and my mom, my sister, we do it every year.
But she says the Black Friday shopping this year isn't measuring up.
It's not the same. Sales aren't the same. The experience isn't the same. We only went to, 2 stores so far, and it's just like shopping any other day.
Here at the Target in Westbury, there are plenty of parking spaces outside, and inside, there aren't any long lines. People say they're getting in and out. Many here say a lot of people are doing their shopping online this year. Holly here, 1010 Wins in Westbury.
Lots of people got a jump on shopping yesterday, and online sales are expected to be strong.
New data out overnight from Adobe Analytics shows early sales were huge on Thanksgiving. Online shoppers spend an average of, get this, $3.5 million per minute. Per minute! The deepest discounts yesterday were on toys, clothing, computers, TVs, and sporting goods.
Correspondent Becky Worley. Adobe predicts online spending during the holiday season is on track to top $200 billion for the first time. Nearly $1 billion in much-needed federal pandemic rental assistance for New Yorkers is being held up in Albany. State officials say it's mainly because of incomplete applications. They don't have the information they need to match tenants to landlords to pay out the cash. They're trying to get through the backlog and have hired more staff to sort through the applications. The funds they have on hand should cover renters who have already filed, but the state is not accepting any new requests for rental assistance. Wins News Time 3:09.
Finding the right Medicare plan may feel impossible, but now it's anything but. With Walgreens Find RX coverage tool, you can compare plans online, over the phone, or in person, making Medicare easier than ever. Easier than picking which true crime doc to watch, figuring out that Wi-Fi password, or putting the duvet cover back on. So if you can do those things, with Find RX coverage, you can definitely Medicare. Find the plan that's right for you by visiting Walgreens.com/Medicare. You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials, a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized cash rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy, like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more-rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
Now this message, Fisher Center for Alzheimer's Research Foundation. Honor a loved one with a tribute donation at alcinfo.org/radio. Traffic and Accuweather coming up in 1 minute.
This Black Friday, Optimum Mobile has the best deals on the gifts that everyone wants. For a limited time, get up to $300 off on the latest 5G phones. There's something for everybody on your holiday list. And with savings this good, you can even gift yourself. Plus, with Optimum flexibility, you can choose the plan you want and change any time, so you only ever pay for what you need. Flexible plans start at $14 a month with 5G access included, so you stay connected on America's largest, fastest, and most reliable network. Save up to $300 on the latest 5G phones and get your holiday shopping done. But you better hurry, these deals won't last long. Don't miss out on Optimum Mobile's Black Friday deals. Check out all the offers at Optimum.com/mobile or visit your Optimum store today. Optimum Mobile. Bigger bars, smaller bills. Device promotional savings apply to immediate credit toward purchase finance eligible device. Offer subject to discontinuance or change at any time. While supplies last. 5G not available in all areas or on all plans. 5G capable device required.
Wins News Time 3:11. Time for traffic and transit. Here's Gloria Chapa.
All right, let's go ahead and start out with what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. The George Washington Bridge inbound upward level has a 15 to 20 minute wait, 20 to 25 if you're taking the lower level. Outbound, about a half hour from both approaches, on both levels, I should say, from the Cross Bronx. The Lincoln, 15 in, 10 minutes out. Holland, 20 to 25 inbound and 20 minutes on the outbound side. Now moving over to Staten Island, westbound Staten Island Expressway, pretty slow. Highland Boulevard all the way to West Shore Expressway. And then moving into New Jersey, southbound 287, there is an accident after exit 13 in Bridgewater. 2 left lanes are blocked. Southbound New Jersey Turnpike car lanes, there's debris in the road just north of Interchange 10. Now heading over to the Bronx, northbound Deegan, expect delays from 145th Street Bridge to the George. And northbound on the Harlem River Drive, there's a crash at the George Washington Bridge in the right lane, and those delays started about 145th Street as well. This report is sponsored by Cars for Kids. I'm Gloria Tapa. Our next report is at 3:21 on 1010 Wins.
The easy way to donate your car. Donate today and your car can be picked up tomorrow. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS today or donate online at carsforkids.com. Remember, that's cars with a K.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Now the Accuweather 4-day forecast, sponsored by Metro Plus. Here's meteorologist John Ferrick.
A blustery, colder night on tap for tonight. That colder air already starting to sweep in, and I've seen a couple of rain and snow showers out there in the last couple of hours, but they're going to move off the coast and will generally be dry out there tonight. But we'll dip back to 30, 20s in the suburbs. It's going to feel like the teens late tonight, and then windy and cold tomorrow. Partly sunny, high 43. Increasing clouds tomorrow night, low 32. There could be a couple of snow showers later tomorrow night and Sunday morning. Not out of the question. There's a few slippery spots. Certainly that's more likely off to the north and west of the city. And then maybe a leftover rain or snow shower Sunday afternoon, high 40. Austrian cold Monday, again up to 40. and dry weather for Tuesday, but brisk and chilly. We're up to 44. Right now at Central Park, we have 44 and cloudy sky going down to 31 tonight in Midtown. I'm Accuweather meteorologist John Feerick on New York's weather station. 1010 winds.
The Grinch under arrest. That story coming up. Winds News Time 3:13.
Hey, Larry Mullins here. For all my friends who work for New York City, thanks for everything you do. You can ignore this ad if you like selling out a $30 copay every single time you go to the doctor. That can really add up. Why not pocket that extra cash by changing your health plan to Metro Plus Health Gold? Now through November 30th is when city workers can change health plans. Listen, there's your health plan, then there's Metro Plus Health Gold. Visit metroplus.org/gold today.
It's time to meet again with Turkish Airlines' one-day-only campaign. Friday Fly Day. Book your next flight on November 26th with very special prices and experience ultimate comfort flying to the most exciting destinations with the airline that flies to more countries than any other. Terms and conditions apply. To take advantage of our special offers, please visit TurkishAirlines.com.
At T-Mobile, we're bringing it all together for the holidays with great deals for everyone. This week only, you can get a perfect pairing. New iPhone 13 Pro and AirPods. You can capture your favorite moments with the most advanced iPhone camera ever.
Wow, the whole family looks great. This is perfect for our holiday card.
And you can get a pair of AirPods to gift.
Now I can listen to my favorite songs on repeat without driving my family nuts.
And a perfect pairing is just the start. We'll also give you 1 free year of Apple TV Plus.
Gather around, people. The morning show isn't going to watch itself.
Hurry in. This week only, both new and existing T-Mobile and Sprint customers can get the iPhone 13 Pro on us and up to $130 back on AirPods via rebate with eligible trade-in on our Max plan. And you'll even get 1 free year of Apple TV Plus. Because together we holiday. Only at T-Mobile.
Don't get 30 months bill credit to AirPods Gen 2 after rebate via prepaid card for what qualified buyers plus tax. 1 per account and $11.29. Balance and required finance agreement is due. If you cancel service, call before canceling to continue remaining credits on phone. Apple TV Plus renews at $4.99 per month after first year unless you cancel. Details at T-Mobile.com.
Wednesday time 3:15.
The Grinch.
The Grinch is under arrest. Police in Noonan, Georgia say he was suspected of prowling parking lots and stealing holiday packages from unlocked cars. In reality, the Dr. Seuss character wasn't really arrested, but officials who shared the police notice say it was a lighthearted way to warn people of the real dangers posed by thieves who are out to ruin your holiday. It's a stock sale that doesn't come along very often. Another blitz coming, Roger Stevens.
The Green Bay Packers have sold more than $41 million worth of stock just over a week into their 6th stock offering in franchise history. The team at midweek said it had sold more than 138,000 shares of stock at $300 a share, and the sale is set to run until February 25th. The NFL's only community-owned club last offered stock 10 years ago. Team management says the money will be used to pay for upgrades to Lambeau Field.
Correspondent Jennifer Kuiper. Only individuals can buy shares, and no one is allowed to buy more than 200 shares. For many, the holidays are a time of reflection. And a new study looks at what makes life meaningful for people. The Pew Research Center asked 19,000 people in more than a dozen developed countries, including the United States, to share what they think gives their life meaning. Topping the list was quality time spent with family, with over half of those responding in the U.S. agreeing to that. While many people in other countries also had a desire to live a life that leaves the world a better place, in the U.S., the second most frequent response was a good job, and the third, material wealth. One of the best parts of Thanksgiving is devouring leftovers, but just make sure you do it safely.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture reminding Americans about food safety as they head into a carbo-loaded weekend of Thanksgiving leftovers. The USDA says leftovers should be stored within 2 hours of cooking and that you should split things up into small containers so everything will have a chance to cool and prevent bacteria growth. Now that you safely stored your food, how long does it last? The USDA says leftovers in the fridge can last 3 to 4 days. That means you have until Monday. Otherwise, put them in the freezer where they'll last about 2 to 6 months.
Correspondent Mark Remillard. When reheating your food, the USDA recommends checking the internal temperature with the thermometer to 165 degrees. A groundbreaking organ transplant in Britain, and we're keeping an eye on this one.
A man from London was fitted for a new left eye earlier this month. His new 3D printed prosthetic is the first fully digital prosthetic eye created for a patient. Until now, most prosthetic eyes have been hand-painted, then embedded into the eye socket. But experts say this design is more realistic and less invasive. For the 3D version, a patient's socket is scanned to create a more detailed implant, so both eyes look the same, and wait time is cut in half, from 6 weeks down to just 2 or 3. A clinical trial starts soon to get more of these prosthetics to patients.
That's correspondent Monica Ricks. Wins News Time, 319.
Velvety paper feel, exquisite colors, the stunning scale of a massive storefront banner. At Staples, we sweat the details and quality of every print project. It's what we call our Print Big Promise. We're not only committed to getting your print job right, we're committed to treating your small business like a big deal, to bringing your ideas to life and giving you guidance from start to finish. Stop by Staples today and try our Print Big Promise. We'll be glad you did. Staples, where small business print big. Well, I started my own restaurant because I love to cook. But that also means a lot of greasy pots and pans. And we can't waste time with endless sink changeovers. So we upgraded to Dawn Professional Pot and Pan. Dawn Professional cleans 58% more pots and pans per sink than the leading competitor. Less dish soap, fewer changeovers, and more time doing what we love. Dawn Professional. It's clean. Upgraded. From P&G Professional.
Get news, traffic, and weather from 1010 Winds on your Odyssey app. Plus, you can discover hundreds of new exclusive music stations like Classic 70s or Arena Rock. Download it today.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Winds. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
6 miles ahead on the road.
Good afternoon. It's 44 degrees at 3:20. I'm Larry Cantor, and here's what's happening. A new strain of COVID has experts worried. The United States is banning travel for foreign nationals from South Africa and 7 other countries in that region. Black Friday isn't what it used to be, but things are going well enough for retailers in stores and online. A dozen people are left homeless after an apartment house goes up in flames in Williamsburg. Suffolk County Police are investigating a burglary in which a French bulldog was taken. Encanto and House of Gucci lead the way in the holiday box office race. In sports, they're in the third period. The Rangers and Bruins are tied at 2, playing in Boston. Later, it's the Devils at Nashville, and the Islanders host the Penguins. The Knicks are home for the Suns. Accuweather, blustery and cold tonight, a low 31. It's news time, 3:21. Time for traffic and transit, and Gloria Chapa.
Northbound Harlem River Drive, there's a crash right at the George Washington Bridge. It's in the right-hand lane. Those delays started about 145th Street. Northbound Deegan, those delays 145th Street Bridge to the George. And good news on the northbound Hutch, that crash north of exit 3 has been cleared. Now, here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. At the Holland Tunnel, it's going to be 20 to 25 in. Outbound, looks like we have a stalled truck on the Jersey City side right there at Marin Boulevard in the left lane. It'll start causing a little bit of a slowdown, but right now it's 20 minutes outbound. Lincoln 15 in, 10 out. The George is 15 to 20 inbound on the upper, 20 to 25 on the lower, half an hour outbound on both levels. The Goethals and the Outer Bridge are both about a 10-minute wait going into Staten Island. Meanwhile, here's what we see on Long Island's Big 3. Westbound 7th State slow from the Meadowbrook to Grand Avenue, LIE and North State. They're actually doing all right. Now, once you're in Queens, the Cross Island Parkway is slow from the LIE to the Frogs Neck Bridge in both directions. And the BQE is heavy into Atlantic Avenue. That's in both directions as well. This report is sponsored by Plaza Jewish Community Chapel. I'm Gloria Chapa. Our next report at 3:31 on 1010 Winds.
We at Plaza Jewish Community Chapel would like to remind you that candle lighting is at 4:13 this afternoon. Good Shabbos and Shabbat Shalom.
Residents of South Africa and other parts of that region are being told to change their foreign travel plans. The United States, Canada, Japan, Israel, and the UK and the European Union are barring them entry. The reason is a new COVID variant that's been identified in South Africa.
The World Health Organization has named the variant with the Greek letter Omicron. The WHO panel classifies it as a highly transmissible virus of concern. That's the same category as the Delta variant, the world's most prevalent version of COVID-19. The panel says early evidence suggests an increased risk of reinfection, but the overall risks of Omicron are not yet known. Medical experts have been warning against overreaction, but Omicron's discovery in southern Africa has sent a chill through much of the world. The United States and the European Union have announced new travel restrictions from the region. I'm Ben Thomas.
Professor Salim Abdul Karim is former chair of the South Africa Ministerial Advisory Committee. He says it's important not to jump to conclusions.
If you look at this particular variant, we've only known about it for a few days now. Once it was verified, it was announced. So we know very little about this variant in terms of its behavior and how it's going to cause disease.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul agrees, but says it should not be a surprise when cases of the new variant turn up in the state. It's unclear if existing vaccines will slow it down, but President Biden says this is a reminder that vaccines are the best way to stop COVID, and people who are not vaccinated need to get their shots now. The uncertainty of the new strain took a toll on Wall Street. Stocks suffered their worst losses of the year. Details coming up in Money Watch in just a couple of minutes. Experts believe Black Friday sales are going to be strong despite supply chain issues and even concerns about the pandemic or inflation. The National Retail Federation estimates 158 million people will shop this weekend. That's 2 million more than last year, but still not back up to the pre-pandemic levels of 2019.
A relatively small crowd, the absence of frenzy, but still for some, Black Friday is a tradition.
Hanging out with my best friend, that's the day.
11 years you guys have been doing this?
Yeah. This is not really Black Friday anymore. It's like a casual Friday at 7 in the morning.
She doesn't have kids. Her friend does.
They looked at the Target catalog and I had them circle 5 things each, and I came in and got it.
You're the nicest mom ever.
Correspondent Aaron Kotursky. Many people will be doing much of their shopping online. Adobe Analytics predicts online spending during the holiday season is on track to top $200 billion for the first time. Some Amazon workers are planning a protest march from Jeff Bezos' New York home down Fifth Avenue. It's part of worldwide demonstrations today organized by a coalition of workers and activists. The aim is to call attention to working conditions and what organizers call Amazon's coronavirus pandemic profiteering, union busting, and environmental crimes. Some Amazon workers had called for an all-out strike for today on one of their busiest shopping days of the year. Demonstrators plan to march to the penthouse of Starbucks executive Howard Schultz to show their solidarity with the Starbucks union drive. The march starts at 6. Now this message. Mount Sinai South Nassau in Oceanside is the flagship Long Island hospital of Mount Sinai Health System. Winds News Time 326, and now Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 Winds. Here's Andrew O'Day.
On a day when global COVID-19 fear hits fever pitch again amid discovery of a new variant, some unwelcome news from Merck today. In updated trial results, the big drug maker says its COVID pill reduced the risk of hospitalization or death among adults with mild to moderate disease by 30%. That's less than the 50% estimate from earlier and well below efficacy of a rival treatment from Pfizer. Merck stock fell about 4%. Along with Moderna, shares of Pfizer jumped higher as the market bets that the new variant will prompt increased demand for their shots, and as Pfizer confirms it could rush a variant booster if needed. Save for vaccine makers and companies that do well during lockdowns, such as Zoom, it was an ugly picture for Wall Street. Dow fell 905 in abbreviated trading, NASDAQ down 354, S&P 500 down 107. Companies whose shares fell the hardest were those connected to travel. Several nations reinstate travel restrictions from southern Africa. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Andrew O'Day for 1010 Winds.
Now this message, ENT and Allergy Associates. Book online anytime or call them today. You'll see them today. Winds News Time 327.
Get news, traffic, and weather from 1010 Winds on your Odyssey app. Plus, you can discover hundreds of new exclusive music stations like classic rock one-hit wonders. Odyssey is your new home for all the audio that matters to you. Download it today. Brought to you in part by Macy's and Geico.
Some people think if they already had COVID-19, it means they're fully protected. False. Others may think natural remedies can protect them. False. Some may be worried the vaccines cause infertility. But that's false. Even healthy individuals are at risk of getting COVID-19 and having long-lasting health issues. Get vaccinated. For more information, visit nyc.gov/COVID vaccine.
How can you afford all these toys on a fixed income?
It's no problem. My monthly allowance from Center's plan gets me everyday items like toothpaste and vitamins, so I have extra money to spoil my grandkids.
That's wonderful.
Just call 877-CPHL-123 or visit centersplan.com.
Centers Plan for Healthy Living, LLC, is an HMO with Medicare and Medicaid contracts. Enrollment depends on contract renewal. Paid actor portrayal.
Adopt U.S. Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Baby. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care would love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
You need an accurate thermometer to check for fever, a potential sign of flu or COVID. Be vigilant and contact your medical provider at the first sign of fever. Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate in more than 100 clinical studies. Exergen Temporal Scanners are available at Walmart and other fine retailers. Learn more at exergen.com. That's EXERGEN.com. Exergen is changing the way the world takes temperature.
Black Friday's on at Gap Factory and GapFactory.com. Everything's 50 to 70% off. Plus, shop all new doorbusters, including 60% off sweaters and cozy add-ons. Shop the sale through November 27th at Gap Factory and GapFactory.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Larry Cantor. Wings News Time at the Tone, 3:30.
I'm Donna Vaughn. Several families escaping their burning homes in Brooklyn on Thanksgiving night.
Thanksgiving night for people inside a burning apartment building right across from Tina Simon's home.
And we could hear, like, the neighbor from the third floor of her distress.
The fire started just after 11 here on DeVoe Street. That's when Darius Zaloga's phone started to ring. First, from his tenants next door to the burning building.
Then the fire department called me, then the police department called me, and then I said, I'm going to get a heart attack over the George Washington Bridge.
By the time he got here, 170 firefighters were battling the raging blaze. Luckily, everyone got out safely, but 6 firefighters sustained non-life-threatening injuries. The Red Cross is helping 4 families left homeless. Darius Ramsey's 10-10 wins in Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
Time 3:31. Let's get traffic and transit now. Here with an update for us, Gloria Chapa.
Well, we have a lot going on at the Hudson River Crossing. This report is sponsored by BioNTech and Pfizer. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. The outbound Holland Tunnel has a stalled truck in Jersey City right before you get to Marin Boulevard. It's in the left lane. Right now it's 20 minutes out, 20 to 25 in. The Lincoln Tunnel inbound has a crash in the center tube. That means that the center tube is completely shut down in both directions, so you have to use either the south tube or the north tube. Now, you're going to see about a 15 to 20 minute wait inbound and building, 10 minutes outbound and building. The George is 15 to 20 minutes inbound on the upper, 20 to 25 on the lower, and a half-hour wait on the outbound side. Now, on Staten Island, expect to see some traffic westbound Staten Island Expressway from Highland Boulevard to West Shore Expressway. Here's what we see on Long Island's Victory. It's pretty quiet, LIE, North State, and Southern State Parkways. In New Jersey, southbound 287, there's a crash after exit 13. 2 left lanes are blocked, and yes, it is causing delays. And now this message: festivals, football, the great outdoors make some people say fall is the best time of year. It may also be a great time to consider getting vaccinated against COVID-19. I'm Gloria Tapa. Our next report at 3:41 on 1010 Wins.
And now let's get the updated Accuweather 4-day forecast. Here's meteorologist John Feerick.
Blustery and turning colder for tonight. We do have a couple of light rain and snow showers out there right now. They'll be moving off the coast here in the next hour or two. So any wet roads will certainly dry out as we head through the evening. We'll dip back to 30 tonight in Midtown, 20s in the suburbs, and real fields will fall into the teens when you factor in the wind, windy, and cold for tomorrow. Partly sunny, high 43. Increasing clouds tomorrow night down to 32, and then we'll see a clipper system that could bring a little bit of maybe some light snow and flurries late tomorrow night to Sunday morning. Shouldn't amount to much, but there could be a few slippery spots, especially north and west of the city. Maybe leftover rain or snow shower Sunday afternoon, high 40. Blustering cold Monday, high again near 40. Brisk and southern dry for Tuesday, up to 44. Right now it's at the park, 44, with clouds going down to 31 tonight in Midtown. I'm Accuweather meteorologist John Ferrick on New York's weather station, 1010 winds.
It's every municipal bond investor's dream. A bright, shining city on a hill where there won't be any financial problems. But what if there are? That's why investors own the bonds we insure. Assured guarantee, a stronger bond.
Winds News Time 3:33. A heartbreaking crime reported on Long Island. A family's beloved French bulldog stolen from their home on Robin Lane in Huntington yesterday. Police say someone broke into the house sometime between 4 p.m. and 11 p.m. and stole Stella and a Sony PlayStation 5. Stella is 4 years old. They say she weighs about 20 pounds. Anyone with information about that burglary asked to call anonymously to Suffolk County Crime Stoppers, 1-800-220-TIPS. A New York City landlord is foregoing rent to help both his tenants and small businesses in the neighborhood. Aaron Pollock, the CEO of HAP Investments, is giving renters up to $1,000 off their rent in exchange for every dollar they spend at local businesses this holiday season. Pollock tells 1010 Winds he got the idea from what credit card companies sometimes do.
Let's do something like the credit card, like the cashback that the credit cards give you, but instead of like credit card, you just need to go buy in a local store a mile from our buildings, and we're gonna take on every $100 receipt that you're giving us, we'll give you $10 back in the rent.
Any small business within a 1 mile radius of his building on East 54th Street can participate in a program that includes stores and restaurants. Well, we may be heading into winter, but a popular Jersey Shore town is getting its famous boardwalk ready for summer crowds. Repair is now underway in Wildwood to its century-old wooden walkway. $4 million in state funds being spent to repair a 3-block section of the boardwalk that's most in need of repairs. The project could eventually expand to nearly $40 million and include 20 of the boardwalk's 26 blocks, and it could take up to 5 years, but all the work being done in the off-season so as not to interfere with tourists. Well, there's a bipartisan push on Capitol Hill to build a memorial on the National Mall to honor the sacrifice of those who served our nation, including service members who fought in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Syria. But the effort has run into some political resistance.
The memorial is on hold. The foundation that will build it can't start the design process without a location. And Senator Ernst, an Iraq War combat veteran, doesn't want to keep families like the farmers waiting.
We want to make sure that we're able to honor those that have participated in our nation's most recent war while they are still with us. Many of them are questioning, does my country understand the sacrifice that I gave? And we want to tell them that, yes, we honor you.
And that report from correspondent Chris Van Cleve. The bill has made it through a committee chaired by Democratic Senator Joe Manchin, passing unanimously. The senators will now try to get it included in the defense spending bill next week. The Global War on Terrorism Memorial Foundation hopes to be able to raise the millions needed to complete construction and open the memorial before the end of the decade. A milestone for the movie Dune. 1010 Winds Entertainment is next. Winds News Time 3:36.
It was the season of cheer and joy filled the town, except for Scrooge with his permanent frown. The gift